of desire. Just like she said, I'm hungry. I've been hungry for 11 years. So now I have an idea of how we're going to irrigate the crops. Okay, well now, that's my big idea. But how do I get my big idea so that it becomes manifest reality? So there actually is water flowing out into the fields to water the crops. See, that's what we mean when we say the law of fulfillment, or the science of fulfillment. Because all of us walk around every day with ideas, things that we think would be good. And I wish I had this, I wish I had that, I wish that's how we spend a lot of our time. Or we just listen to what people talk about. They're always talking about what they want to do, what they would do if they had this. Wouldn't it be nice? So that's very common with people. We are full of ideas, full of thoughts, full of desires, full of wants. But what most people are not aware of is there's actually a science of how to fulfill that. Now, this is actually a God science. See, the Holy Quran says it is only for Allah to say be, and it is. Well, how does that actually work? So that sounds like a simple formula. Be and it is. It's almost like magic. Be and something pops into physical reality. Well, it actually happens like that, but when it happens like that, you can't understand it. And you don't know how you could do that, because you're not a magician. Okay? Well, it's not really magic. It's just a science. And the factor that's missing in that statement, kun fayakun, be and it is the factor of time. The factor of time. Anything can manifest given enough time. Now, time is not the only factor, but it's one of the major ones. How much time does it take for a thing to come from the unmanifest form to a manifest form? See, from the time of conception. How long does it take for a baby to be born? If you expect the baby to be born at the second after conception, you just don't understand. If you're a farmer and you think that all I have to do is plant the seed, and 2 minutes later I want to have a corn stalk and 7 ears of corn on it, you just don't understand. It doesn't mean that agriculture is false or reproduction is false, but you actually have to have proper understanding so that your expectations are in line with the laws of the universe. So then when you have alignment between your desire and the laws of the universe, then you can almost predict, like any science gives you the power to do, you can predict how long it will take. So if I'm a farmer and I'm planting corn, I know from the time I plant that seed to the time that it's ready for harvest, it's 120 days. It's not arbitrary. Assuming that the sun comes up and it rains a little bit, and the rabbits don't eat everything up, it's going to be 120 days. If a man plants the seed in a woman and there's conception, hey, it's no big mystery. In 40 weeks, that baby's going to be born. There's a certain law that operates. So I'm saying that when we think about the law of fulfillment, we are not throwing out the window as irrelevant the operative laws of the universe. Those are still in effect. And those are the laws, in fact, by which our desire comes into reality. Now, one of the things that is not clear for most people, as we were talking about these waveforms, and particle forms, and thought waves, and all of this, and I'm generating thought waves that are going out into space and all this kind of stuff. What's not clear to most people is how that actually works. Somebody says that anything that you ever said, the sound wave is still going in space and all of that. That's actually true, but the truth of it isn't clear to most people. The question actually comes down to, is it possible for you to do something, to do work, at a distance? In other words, if I'm making this brother wake up, then I'm doing that with my hands. Okay? So we can see how to do things like that, right? If I want to make an apple pie, I mean, I know how to get in the kitchen and use my hands and do all this stuff that you're supposed to do, and then I got an apple pie, okay? But a lot of the things that would fulfill our dreams, the things that would fulfill our desires are not like that. You can't just go out in the kitchen and mix it up. There are things beyond our control, we think. Things somewhere out there in the universe, we don't know. If you want $1 million, well, that $1 million is out there somewhere. But how do I get it from where it is into my pocket? So how do I have force at an action? I put something up there about the conscious power, the power of thoughts from certain levels of consciousness. Okay, well, that's interesting. You know, sure, that's interesting. But how can you actually get some practical work done like that? How can you actually manifest something in the real world like that? So, let's prove. I need a volunteer. Why don't you volunteer? Yes. Let's prove that you're just an ordinary person, right? There's nothing special about you, right? Okay, you're just common, ordinary, average, normal guy. Okay. Now, can he generate force at a distance and make something move? How many think he can do it? Do you think you can do it?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay. All right. Let me have your hand. It doesn't matter. Let's see. So, now this is a crystal. Okay, it's a part of the physical universe, right? So let's see if he can make this move. Okay, then you do it. You do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, well, let somebody do it.
I don't want to do it.
Let somebody do it that's not going to cheat. He thinks I'm cheating. He thinks I'm cheating. I'm sure about that.
Wait.
What helps? Now there are certain things here that actually help. Stretch your hand as much as you can. And then you elevate it just a little bit more. Okay. That's maybe, yeah, right about there. And then here's the real trick. You make it go.
Change direction.
He's on the other one. You don't got to stay hands. That's what Louis saying. Like if you had something, if it was just hanging from like one of these things or something steady.
You can change direction.
Now let it establish a direction first. And generally what it will do is it will go in a counterclockwise direction.
Which is doing
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
it. Is it me or is it him though?
Well,
Or you or him?
see again we're dealing with first, when we took it down, we're dealing with the uncertainty principle.
You just hang it from right there. It's just steady out there. Just hang it from right there and have it go right
It
there.
will move. Like it no. It will
Well,
move.
What I'm saying is, like, people are saying, is it me or is it him? I'm just saying, still, that you can hang it.
No, I mean my energy makes me move.
Oh,
not my
okay,
fingers.
okay.
well, again, what are we dealing with here? We're dealing with consciousness, and we're dealing with uncertainty. So here's what I assume. I assume that he's doing it. Now, if he assumes the same thing, and